Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear Homesteading the Desert. It's the 24th of August, 2018, and you're looking at my 3/4 inch OSB. I got 4 of the sheets in. I've got to cut up the other one into little 2 foot wide by 4 foot pieces that go over those last sections, but I can't really fasten them down because I still don't know exactly where that plumbing drain is going, and I don't want to cut a hole in the floor if it's going to be in the wrong place, because it just gets critters a way of getting back into the cabin from the outside if they tunnel under the footing. So that being said, as you can see, I did get my my closet ring, or the toilet base, anchored in place. The gas line is penetrated. The vent line, that's a 2-inch vent. It'll handle the toilet and the shower and the sink. Although I may go up through the attic with the extension on the 1.5 inch and tie into the 2-inch up high, so that I do have a double vent. Never hurts to give it a little extra venting. If you're within 5 feet of a vent, you usually don't have to add another vent. Unless it would be an 1.5 inch vent and you were running a 3-inch and a 2-inch off of that. So I got a 2-inch, which is more than adequate, and that's where it's going to stay. And I will be putting a clean out in the wall right about where that cap is right now. Just pull that off, put a clean out T in the wall, so that if I ever have to snake it, that's a straight run, goes down, ties into the back of the 3-inch, runs past the shower, makes a 45-degree turn right outside by that stub up there where I was thinking about possibly putting a slop sink or something for working outside. And then that runs in 3-inch line all the way down to where my septic tank is going to be. For right now, it won't be a septic tank. Actually, it's only going to handle gray water. It'll be a gray water tank, and the gray water will be used for irrigation. I'll be using a composting toilet for solid waste, so that I don't have to worry about pumping a septic tank or anything like that. And for the most part, most of the year, I use the outhouse anyway. It'll be just in the winter when it's really bad weather or cold that I'll be needing the indoor here. But I left enough room in here between the toilet and the shower to put a separate composting toilet in there, so I won't have to worry about it. Okay, on the wall, you see I drew a line up and across. That's where the archway will be cut through, that comes in from the existing cabin into a hallway right here. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I did draw some lines here on the base, and that's going to be a stub wall right there. And then there'll be a 2-foot opening for a door here, and I probably just use a swing door that swings inside right there. And then the rest of this will be a wall where the toilet paper holder and that stuff, and this vent will be inside a wall. That gas line will be outside the wall. And all of the holes that are around those are all going to get foamed in, so don't worry about those being critter access. I will be foaming all of that in. And then where this floor meets the other floor, there is a little gap in there, but I did that intentionally because I want to put a Duraseal rubber liquid in there that ties the two together, and it's flexible, so it won't shrink or crack, but it also won't let critters and ants and stuff come up between the walls, because there will be, there will be a false wall hiding the gas line inside here. So this is temporary, and this will move out to the existing wall, which is going to come out. I'm going to be using a 2x3 metal stud for the spacer here, and there'll be an extra gap in there. And that'll allow air to come in from inside of this, and up in the attic we'll all be able to access this airspace, and that'll let air go in through that vent, so that when I'm running the heater in the kitchen area, it has an air supply, replenished air supply, but no critters can get in, and the wind doesn't blow straight in. All right, you can see the white powder in here. That's a combination of diatomaceous earth and borax. So hopefully that's going to take care of the ants. I see a bunch of them running around here. I am going to throw some ant baits that kill the colonies underneath here. I'll probably put 8 or 10 of them under here so that they'll be there for a long time. And I'll only puncture one opening in the side of each one of the little cans so that it doesn't dry out and evaporate or anything like that. All right, I'll work on this these other parts tomorrow. The wind came up, as you can see up there, my turbine's spinning around. Handling these sheets, these are 3/4 inch OSB, and they are about 80 pounds each. And handling those by myself is already a task. With a wind blowing, holding a sail, an 80-pound sail in your arms is no fun. So I had to knock off doing the plywood work because I have to flip those on the trailer to cut them and then carry them over here. And carrying a big sheet of plywood in the wind is no fun, like I said. All right, I did take all the barrels off. I've got my barrels stored here. And Patty, my neighbor, wanted a barrel, so I did get her one. And then I got to thinking, well, I haven't heard from her. Well, maybe she doesn't have a way of transporting that barrel, because the only time I've ever seen them is in a small car. So if she doesn't have a way, Patty, get in touch with me, leave a comment below, and I'll be glad to run that over for you. We'll just get together here at the at my place, and I'll follow you over. I'll stick that right in the back of the van there and drive it over for you. All right. And I think that's about all. I did transfer water into refill the shower. I refilled the chicken coop, and I refilled all of the barrels down by the garden. I gotta keep my eye out here. My chicken feed has been disappearing a little bit too fast. I don't think the chickens are eating that much chicken feed. But what I have noticed is there's a swarm of ants coming across here, and they're carrying chicken feed away as they go. Then I started noticing, well, I'm getting holes dug around here again. So if you look around this area here, there's a lot of holes being dug. There's tunnels under the bushes there. So I think those desert ground squirrels are back in the area. See all the holes here. And then at nighttime, when the chickens are asleep, they go in through the wire and eat up my food. And I've got to stop that because chicken feed is not cheap. It's not really expensive, but it isn't cheap either. And I just filled that tube 3 days ago, and I just measured it last night before I went to bed, and it was already down to the elbow. Well, that's a lot of feed. That's 15 pounds of feed in a few days. Chickens didn't eat that. All right. If it isn't one thing, it's another. I think that's about all there is for today, people. I'm going to cut this one short. I'm going to go in and relax and have a cold one before dinner. And then I'll come out and close up the compound. I think I will run into Home Depot tomorrow and pick up more materials because I'm building too fast here. And once I get the floor into place, then what else is there to do? So what I might do is I'm going to take off the stub up for the shower, and maybe I can put those floorboards into place and just put a couple of screws to hold them down. And then I'll make an access panel that I can lift out of the one where I've got to get to the shower drain. So I just have maybe 3 or 4 screws holding it down. And then I can finish this thing up and I can start building walls. And I can get the walls all framed in. I can get my windows framed. I can get my back door going out the bedroom here framed. So that would be a push ahead. I do have the 4x4s under here. I did mention that. And I can get started on doing the shed roof over there, but that's not quite as important as getting the room addition on. G-Bear signing off.